And we are giving away a jersey for week 1. It is this Juju Smith-Schuster jersey you see before you. Leave a comment in the description of the jersey you wish for us to purchase for a future giveaway. Like the video, and you must be subscribed as a Patreon member. Yes, you have to be a Patreon member. It is, like I said, $1 a month.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Fundamentals Podcast. That's Jay. I'm Double A. What we got today?
For those of you that show up often, welcome back. For the new guys, let me explain a few things. Now that it is week 1 of the 2021 season, we pick every game on Sunday. We do not have crystal balls. Do not copy what we say down verbatim and gamble your house. This is just information as up to date as possible. We do, however, have locks. Those are our most confident picks, and they're going to be a little more mundane. Our Patreon subscribers, which it is $1 a month, that's mainly to protect your data. They have access to our picks early. Spread lines move. It's nice to get in early. It's all done through a spreadsheet that is updated in live time every week. You can kind of gather where we're coming from. We usually don't agree on anything, but mostly this is just points of view, game script. Take this with all the other information you gathered to make your best choices. We're going to talk about the game, spread, players we like. Use that information however you see fit. We do have an affiliate. That affiliate is not the best affiliate, but as of right now, they don't pay us. We'll use whatever we can, and that's just what we're currently using to get our spreads. It is bet.us. Most of these gambling websites, they do bonuses. And if you're new to gambling, or maybe you already know this, don't ever take the bonus. If you get stuck where it's a really good deal and you want the bonus, fine. But then they're going to hold it behind a gambling threshold. You can get around this by betting both sides. You bet the home team and take the spread, and then bet the away team and take the spread, and then that's how you clear out your bonus caps. As for DraftKings, I don't necessarily fill out a lineup, but our Patreon members can see the exposure that I'm using currently. But with all that being said, there's timestamps in the description if you want to skip around. We try to keep it under an hour, but everybody's time is super sweet. So just pick the game you want to listen to and then have at it. Real quick, let's go over Thursday.
I mean, the Cowboys should have had it. They lost it when they kicked that field goal at the end.
At this moment, the Cowboys are the worst team in the NFL.
True. It's probably not the last time it's going to be said.
I said Antonio Brown's going to be one of those players that play a good game every once in a blue moon. However, he looked good. He looked consistent. I could see him being someone you might actually want to hold on your roster for a fantasy team.
Potentially.
As a flex
I'm not
play,
trying to play him.
No, but
this
is by far better than I thought he would do at any point in the season. He looked good.
I figured he'd have this game once in the year. And he had it at the beginning of the year. So, yeah. I mean, he could do it again.
And Zeke owners should calm down because it's not the end of the world. They literally didn't run the ball on purpose. Yeah, I would have tried to get him the ball in space, but it is what it is. The kicker's fine as well, Cowboy fans. He basically told the world that he was going to be bad all game. He had a back problem. He didn't have confidence in warm-ups. Other than that, I think the game played out just about what I said. Originally, when we were talking a couple weeks back, I was like, this could be a shootout. I told someone before the game started. I saw it 31-34. It's pretty close. I did, however, pick the Cowboys to win 31-34.
Oh.
But they should have won this game.
I mean, yeah, they should have. They had numerous chances.
All that being said, Seahawks, Colts. Colts are getting 3. It's up from 2.5. Over-unders 49.5, up from 48.5. So, Colts seem to be the underdog. They got an extra half a point. And more points should be scored in this game than originally anticipated.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be a good scoring game. I still have the under on this, though. 49.5.
Oh, yeah. I have the under on this game. If I were to bet this game, which I don't think I'm going to this week, I haven't yet, it would be the under. Because as much running that's going to happen in this game, the clock's going to run real fast. There's going to be a lot of passing yards, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but
a lot of chunk plays.
there's going to be a lot of runs, and this clock's going to move real fast. I don't think they're going to have the opportunity to score more than 49.5. That's a lot of points in general.
I think they'll be able to get close because of those chunk plays. I mean, they're going to get a couple, I think, between Metcalf, Lockett, Eskridge, and you go to the Colts. I mean, you don't think somebody on that can break some?
Yeah, I do. And I think it could be a decent scoring game. I just don't think it's going to be 49.5.
I have a 27-20.
I believe it's the third highest over-under of the week. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring.
No.
27-20, I mean, that's a pretty high scoring.
I'll take the Seahawks.
I have it 17-14.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll be
close.
that low, but that's about the spread I feel comfortable with. But I think the Colts win this game.
I have the Seahawks winning.
Yeah, so this is one that we disagree on. I don't feel super confident about it. However, I think the Seahawks are not that good of a team as a whole.
As a whole, no, but that offense is elite. And that defense, it does good with what it has and it holds.
It can be elite.
It is elite.
Week 1,
they're completely healthy
at this
right
moment,
now. They are elite
They
right
are elite.
now.
Colts defense is also elite.
It
now,
is.
I know the Colts probably aren't super ready, and their offense is going to be running with their new quarterback like at full colors. But I think they will get there. I think that's a good run organization. I don't think they're going to stumble off the block. I don't think Wentz really needed 3 preseason games to get acclimated into this team.
No, maybe not. I mean, it's Frank Reich. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, they've already had some time together. I don't think it's that big of a deal. That's why I picked the Colts. I would take the 3, though, for sure.
I'm comfortable taking the 3 in the Seahawks.
Okay. Well, we're going to keep track, and then, next week I can make fun of you when you get this wrong.
Oh, it's fine.
Moving on. Jaguars, Texans. Texans are also getting 3. This is 45.5 over under. 3 stayed, the 3 points held all week. So the line did not move at all, except for the over-under moved up half a point, which is fair. I think this game could get sloppy.
I think it is going to be. This isn't one that I want to bet.
I think they're going to make Trevor Lawrence really short, high percentage throws. I don't think this is the offense you're going to actually have, but I think week 1 with this team, maybe they start early trying to get, because he had a pretty shaky preseason.
Yeah.
But I think the second half, if everything's going good, you might see Trevor Lawrence starting to air it out because they can get away with it.
Yeah, they might. They absolutely are going to be able to rely on James Robinson down there. Texans were the worst rushing defense last year. I mean, they're going to have to rely on him for a good amount of the season to help him out.
I got to rely on you for a good amount of the season to help me out.
I know. It's rough.
I have the Jags winning. I would take the under in this game, though.
I have a 24-17. I take the under.
And I don't feel good about any of them. Because I could see this game getting sloppy where there's like a pick 6 here or there.
Yeah. That's why I like the Texans defense. It's really cheap, and I think Lawrence is going to make some mistakes just because it's his first game.
Yeah, I was thinking more Jaguars defense, personally. But either one, it's going to be a sloppy game. It might get you some points. But I wouldn't bet this with confidence this week.
No.
Falcons, Eagles. This is an interesting game.
Mm-hmm.
There's potential here to have a lot of yards in this game.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of yards, and I think there's going to be quite a bit of points. And I have the over-under is 48.5 now. I'm taking the over, and that's one of my locks for this week.
Ooh, you have this as your lock.
I have it.
I agree with you in all aspects. I have a 31-20 Falcons. I would take the over. I'm not going to put this down as my lock. But the Eagles' offense is not the greatest at this moment in time.
No.
But against the Falcons, they might look really good.
That's what gives me confidence because the Falcons' offense still has probably ways to go to make some strides with what they used to be with Julio. But they still have weapons. They have multiple guys out there. The Eagles are a good secondary, but I mean, you can't really stop them. They know what they're. I mean, Matt Ryan, they've already played. They know what they're doing.
Right. So this could just. I mean, it depends. If the Eagles' defense really steps up and slows down the Falcons, and the Falcons' defense steps up and slows down the Eagles, I think it's both possible.
Maybe.
But this is going to be a shootout, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I had to take this as a lock, it'd be the over more than the game script. But
yeah,
I do like the Falcons here. Chargers and the Redskins. I mean, the red team, Washington, whatever the fuck they're called now.
Oh, it's down to 8 names, I think.
The line moved dramatically, though. The Washington football team was getting 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Now the
That was
Chargers.
great.
Now the Chargers are getting 1.5. And if you're a Patreon member, you probably got that early enough because I bet this game.
Oh, yeah.
And I got Washington with 0.5. It does change little things when the line moves, but I think this is going to be potentially a low-scoring game. Now,
I think it will be.
44.5 is pretty low.
It's one of the lower ones of the week, but I have the under on this one.
I have the under as well. And actually, that's
not what I'm betting, though.
It's not. That's what
Even
I bet.
with the point, I'm still taking Washington.
Yeah, I took Washington. I also took the under in 2 separate bets. The Chargers' front defense is really good.
It is good. I mean, they're all there. The Washington's defensive line versus the Chargers' offensive line. That's the battle, and I think Washington's going to destroy them on that front, and that their whole offense is going to have trouble all game.
Over under, just between me and you, sacks in this game. Over under, I'm going to put it 5.5.
Oh, I'll take over.
6.5.
Over.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the line between 5 and 6.
I think Chase will get 2.
I think Bosa will get 2. I mean, that's 4
Yeah.
with just
them 2.
That's guaranteed. I don't know if that's actually guaranteed.
There's got to be a prop bet on that.
There has to be. I haven't really looked. Probably the best place for prop bets would be DraftKings.
FanDuel is pretty good, but they aren't available to everybody.
Yeah, our Bet US has prop bets, but it's more live betting. So it's really good if you're watching the game, because then you can kind of see the feel of the game and then make those bets. But they don't do much upfront prop bets. Mm-hmm. Steelers-Bills. As good as both these teams are on offense, their defenses are better.
Oh, yeah, the defenses are good.
The Steelers are getting 6.5. It's a lot of points for a defensive game. The over-under dropped. It was at 50.5, went down to 48. I still think there's a good chance Diggs can take a 70-yard touchdown.
Oh, yeah. I think he's going to be solid this week.
I think there's a chance Claypool could take a 70-yard touchdown. I think there's going to be big plays in this game. But I think a lot of it is going to come down to just a defensive battle. A lot of 4-and-outs. I think there's going to be big hits. This is going to be one of the most entertaining football games to watch.
Expecting a big game out of TJ Watt, especially after he just got paid.
Now, I originally technically was under because I have 28-21. I had a relatively high scoring game.
That was them.
But then the line moved underneath me. Now it's technically taking me over. I don't feel confident betting this game at all. No. I think the Bills pass too much to become predictable. Steelers could slow them down. I could see the Steelers defense slowing them down.
It could, but I mean,
if the Steelers win,
offensive line is just so bad.
Yeah, but the Bills have not rushed. They don't They don't really sack. Their team's good on defense, but not in the front. I don't think there's going to be if they were playing like Washington, yeah, I could see Big Ben getting slaughtered in this game, but not against the Bills.
It's not like they're a pushover though.
No, but the Steelers' offense, I think they'll have enough with Najee and enough with Washington under the middle. They still got Juju running slants. I think if there's heat, Big Ben can get rid of the ball. I don't think the Bills' defense is going to be sacking Big Ben every play.
Not every play.
I think he's going to have plenty of time.
He's going to be pressured a good amount of the game.
I think the Steelers will be able to move the ball relatively easy.
I mean, they'll probably be able to get points. I would take it 24-20. I have them within that 6.5. If I'm betting this, I would take that, but I'm not trying to bet this one.
Yeah, I like Najee in this game. I didn't at first. The more I break it down, the Bills front they do struggle. If the whole defense, if you said the worst part of that defense, it'd be their front. And their front's not terrible. You're correct.
No, it's not terrible.
But I think the Steelers are going to be a pretty well-balanced team. And week 1, they're both going to be playing kind of iffy football. It's not like this is the Thursday night game opening week of the season where everybody's playing like it's the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I don't think neither of them's going to blow each other out.
Yeah, I don't either. I think it'll be a good competitive game, though. Niners at Lions. Lions are getting 9 now, up from 7.5. So
they need more.
That's a lot of points, but yeah, I agree. A lot of
points. I mean, it is a home game, but that's about the only thing it has going for them.
We don't typically agree on shit. It's kind of a red flag at this moment that we're just like, oh yeah, I agree. Is this week 1 where just everybody feels the same thing and maybe we're all wrong?
Maybe we're just right. And we're just already clicking. We're in mid-season form week 1. Because I haven't even talked to you yet about any of this.
Yeah, I mean, we do our own research and due diligence. Typically, I am the best early.
Yeah, early on.
And mainly it's because I only do football. I don't flip over to baseball, basketball. I only do football. So in February, in March, in April, I'm studying film. I'm looking at football. So you kind of get a feel of when people make moves of like where a team is, while the general consensus of everybody else is what they did last year. So I agree. I think the Niners blow them out of the water.
Yeah.
I think they just end up running the ball almost every play.
Oh, yeah. I'm playing Sermon. I'm playing Mostert.
I will say I think the Lions could keep up or make it look like it on the scoreboard because they're going to be
maybe
they're going to be throwing a lot. I think the Niners are just going to play good defense and run the ball, and if they have to, yeah, I think they could throw the ball too, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to need to because they're going to play good defense, and because they're going to play good defense, I don't think Detroit's going to be able to put that much up.
Yeah, I like Ayuk, I like Kittle, I like a lot of people in this team, but I really think it's just going to come down to who's going to carry the ball more. Is it going to be Mostert? Is it going to be Trey? I mean, I don't think
it matters who carries it more because they're both going to be utilized enough in that game with that team that loves running. I would start them both. Maybe not in the same roster, but I would be willing to start either one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I have a 24-10 the 49ers. I mean, I feel bad, but the Lions, they need a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, they have some decent building blocks, but they still have a ways to go. I have a 27-17 Niners.
The Vikings-Bengals. The Bengals are getting 3. They were getting 3.5. Now they're getting 3, which indicates a lot of people are betting on the Bengals. The over-under went down a point at 47. I can see both sides of the over-under. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a gimme. I have currently the under at 24-20. I have the Vikings. I'm not afraid of the Vikings front, and I think Mixon can have a big day.
I think he absolutely could be a big day.
I think the Vikings have an underrated defense. I'm not saying it's amazing, but I think with Jamar's drops, they're not going to rely on him huge.
They don't need to though.
I don't think they do either. I think Higgins is great. I think he's a fine number 1.
He's pretty good.
And then you'd mentioned to me earlier about just the other wide receiver.
Talking about Boyd?
Yeah, Boyd.
Yeah.
I had blanked on his name there. Yeah, you talked to me about Boyd. I think Boyd's going to fit good.
They have weapons.
I think the Bengals are going to be able to put up points. Yeah. I look at the Vikings and I'm like, they're definitely going to be able to put up points against the Bengals defense.
Oh, yeah.
So I took the under here. Really would not surprise me one bit if it went over.
Yeah, I have it 28-20, so I have it over 1 point, but that's not what I'm trying to bet.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet that.
I would take the Vikings straight up.
I really wanted to take the Bengals. If their defense was a little more unified, I would take the Bengals here. I think the Bengals are close to being a good team. It just all depends on Burrow. I mean, really,
Yeah.
I don't know if...
I mean, week 1, it's a lot of question marks. You got to see it.
Right. So, I have the Vikings here. Next game is my lock. I have a lock right here.
Oh, I wonder what lock this is.
It's my New York Jets.
Against the Carolina Panthers.
They're getting 4 points, but they were getting 4.5.
It's kind of weird it went down.
Oh, yeah, it went down. A lot of people are liking the Jets here.
That's weird.
Yeah, the over-under went up. Yeah, it went from 43.5 to 44.5. They're liking scoring in this game. Well, guess what? I'm a lifelong Jets fan. And I'll tell you what's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Jets are going to lose this game.
And
they're not going to score this many points. I wouldn't bet the over-under here.
Are you sure that it's them scoring all the points?
No, I wouldn't bet the over-under here because I don't think the Jets are going to score very much.
I would take the over. 44 seems low.
Seems low?
Yeah.
Okay. The Panthers, they drafted, in my opinion, have one of the best rookie corners in this class. I get it, Bouye suspended, but they still have an elite defensive front and elite linebacking group. That defense is good. I'm not going to say it's top 10.
I won't say it's elite, but it's good, it's solid.
They have elite pieces. Okay? And a lot of it is the secondary. 2 good safeties, 2 good corners. 1 corner suspended right now, but 2 good corners. Right? This team on defense is way better than the Jets.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Who has played against the Jets defense?
About half of the Panthers starting lineup.
And Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's practiced against the Jets defense. The Jets secondary is among the worst in the league. Dude, Sam Darnold's going to look so good in the Panthers. The whole world's going to be like, oh, Sam Darnold, oh, he's going to the Super Bowl. He's not going to be this good. He will be in this game because him, Luvu, Morgan, Robbie Anderson, there's a whole bunch of ex-Jet players that all got kicked out and went to the Panthers. Yeah, they want to kick some ass.
Maybe just kicking the Jets' ass for that whole team is enough to just kickstart them into a giant victory streak.
Oh, I think so. I think Carolina, this is easily a win here. This is my lock. Carolina Panthers will win. 4 points is a lot.
I'd still take 4 points. I have a 27-20 Panthers.
Yeah, I would take the spread. I think 4 points for a lock, usually I don't like to do that, but I would take the points.
Yeah.
I think the Panthers can win by more than 4. I think they can win by more than 6.5.
I don't see how the Jets can stay that close.
The Jets aren't a bad team. This is not a good matchup.
They can't keep up, and they can't get past that defense enough.
And the whole narrative is going to put Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold side by side, and it's not a fair assessment. Sam Darnold's got way better offensive talent. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson had his best years with Sam Darnold. 99-yard touchdown off Dallas, right? That's Sam Darnold, right? So, Christian McCaffrey, he's got weapons. Yeah, Corey Davis is good, but, I mean, you got Tyler Kroft. You got
Crowder's out.
I mean,
yeah, Mims.
You got Mims.
I
do like their rookie.
Carter?
No, the wide receiver. Elijah Moore. What? I think Elijah Moore's a better Crowder, personally.
Yeah, I mean,
I do really like Crowder. I'm just saying it's not a fair assessment, and the Jets have gotten a lot of hype, which I don't know why.
Have they? I haven't heard any hype from them.
I've heard a lot of people who bet on sports and gambling like the Jets, and I will say this: historically speaking, the Jets make you money, just like the Browns, and mainly because the Jets win games they shouldn't win. They usually cover the spread. They're not going to cover the spread. This is a new team with a new coach, a new defensive coordinator, a new offensive coordinator, a new quarterback, running backs. Everybody's got to learn this, and it's week 1. Yeah, you can make anybody look good in preseason, honestly. Okay? I think there's a pretty big narrative that people aren't paying attention to, and that's Trevor Lawrence was doing a big playbook and trying to actually analyze the game, while Zach Wilson might have had gimme throws. They might have scripted him in a little bit. because they want him to have confidence, because they break every quarterback. I'm a Jets fan. I like Zach Wilson. I like the Jets, just not in this game.
No, yeah.
Sorry. Do you have anything to say?
No, just
moving
just
on then.
lose. Yeah.
Cardinals, Titans. Cardinals are getting 3. Over-under's 53.5. It's up 2 points. Now, usually when the over-under goes up 2 points, the spread moves. Spread didn't move. So that's interesting. I think Arizona can easily win this game. And I say that because the Titans secondary has never been like elite. They've always been good. But they play a very soft zone and they try to get picks. That's what they try to do. They'll give up the first downs and give up some yards and they try for that pick. And I don't know if Kyler Murray is going to give him a pick. He's a damn good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback.
We called that since he stepped into the league.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, a lot of people did.
I mean,
Kyler Murray's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
So, I have Arizona winning this game, but I think it's close. I wouldn't bet this with the spread. 28-24, Arizona. I think this is the most interesting game of the week, in my opinion, because it sets up the best for the Titans on offense. So they should be able to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And I want to see the exact spread and how they decide to move the ball down the field. Because they could use Henry. They could use him all game. I think they'd be fine.
They could. And
I think Julio could have a big game if that's what they wanted to do. So I think this is a good game to watch because you're really going to see what the Titans want to do.
Yeah, they can probably do whatever they want to do. I mean, aside from the Cardinals having a good D-line, they have decent linebackers, but the corners are hurting.
Yeah, it's a new offensive game plan. Now, a lot of people liked Tannehill. Well, maybe it was a one-hit wonder. We don't know how this team's going to play yet. We all assume it's going to be a lot of Henry, but this is an interesting game to me because I pretty much know what Arizona's going to try to do offensively, defensively. There's some question marks.
But that doesn't matter because I think whatever the Titans do, they can keep up.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I picked Arizona. Browns, Chiefs. Browns are getting 6. Over-under went up 1.5 to 54.5. 54.5. That's a big spread.
That's high. I'm taking the under.
I'd take the under in this game, too. I think I did, actually. I picked this game, 28-20 Chiefs. And I'm going to do this. Because I dived into this game, and I tried, and I looked at analytics, I looked at stats, I looked at matchups, I looked at positional
let
grades.
Your numbers find.
And I decided that I'm going to throw all that out the window.
There you go. All right.
I picked this game on just 2 statistics. The Chiefs are statistically the best all year, week 1. And the Browns statistically are the best, or the worst, week 1. They play their worst football week 1.
I'm not going to hold that against the Browns, though.
This goes
Every
back.
single year they play, they have a different team because they were so horrible the year before. Everybody gets fired. They actually have a team that's been together for a couple of years now.
This goes back 16 years, and I get it.
Yeah, that's way too far.
Maybe that's a little slighted for the Browns. But 16 years ago, the Chiefs didn't have Mahomes.
No.
They still statistically played the best week 1. So, just for that metric, I think you're going to get the best Chiefs, and you're not going to get the best Browns. I still think it's going to be a close game.
The Browns want this one, especially in the year it's
still
fresh.
I know they do, but I don't know if they're able to play their best football week 1. I think whatever you see from the Browns today is going to be their worst football.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be the worst football. It might not be their best, but they're going to play some good football.
I'm not going to stand by that.
You're not going to stand by that?
What I just said.
Oh.
But I honestly think that.
Don't say it.
I'm just saying. That's why I picked this game. I think the Chiefs are going to win, and mainly because they're going to come out to play week 1. I think the Browns are just going to be a little rusty. I don't think they're ready to be great right out of the gate. They're really close to being great in general. And it's a new feeling, and it's a new experience for that whole team, because it's been a long time since they've been great.
It has been a long time.
And they're getting close. I like Baker Mayfield. I like a lot of things in this game. I would take the under because it's week 1. If this was like week 16,
Well, I mean, even if you go back
and
into
the
the
Browns
playoffs,
need
it
it.
was 22-17.
I guess that's a bad way to say it, too. I don't know. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I think the over-under's fair.
Yeah, I have a 24-20 Chiefs. I'm taking the under, and I take the Browns with 6 points. It's a decent amount, but I'm not trying to bet it.
Yeah, I don't know if I could confidently bet this game. It's going to be a good game, and this is the new upcoming rivalry of the Browns and the Chiefs. I love new rivalries. They're fun. Dolphins, Patriots. Dolphins are getting 3. Over-under went down a point, which is fair. 43.5.
I mean, we gotta do this.
Yeah.
We do? All right.
Yeah.
It's a lock. It's what it's gonna be. I have the Pats 27-13. I'm taking the 3 points. I'm taking straight up. I wouldn't bet the over-under, though. It'll probably be a low-scoring game. I'll take the under, if anything. But Patriots I think they're ready right now. Dolphins, their O-line's hurting. They lost Austin Jackson to COVID. He's not going to play this week. All the additions that the Pats have made in the offseason, plus getting our COVID players back, our defense is back to what it was, and we don't even have Gilmore yet, so we still got to get better.
Yeah, the Patriots have a very underrated defense. I think everybody knows that their defense is good, but I don't think they realize how good
it was so banged up last year that's kind of how people perceive it, when that's not at all how it is this year.
I like Tua. I think there's potential for Tua to be good. I'm not ready to give up on him after what I've seen. There's not enough sample size. But he could struggle in this game.
I absolutely think he will. I mean, he should be under pressure most of the game.
I have a couple questions. One, is Ramondre going to get the goal line work?
I think he will. Or at least he'll get a crack at it. But, I mean, after how he looked in preseason, there's no reason not to give him the goal line work.
And my second is, I really like Mac Jones. I said in our rookie quarterback breakdown, he is a perfect fit for the Patriots. My question is, did he really, spend time teaching Cam Newton the playbook? Is that legit?
I mean, Ninkovich, that's what he said. And then usually when people say stuff like that, other people come from the other side and say, no, try to defend him. It wasn't like that. They were just working together or whatever. Nobody said shit. Not a single person, not a player, not a coach. Nobody said anything. You go back to last year, you have people saying the entire year, the playbook was never fully open. It wasn't even 50%. I mean, he only can do a specific thing. And then you come to this year, the playbook still wasn't even open. Mac Jones came in, was able to learn the entire playbook, and then started learning our entire defensive playbook.
Yeah,
I kind of do believe that.
I said he was the best week 1 starter of the rookies. I think he's the most accurate and most intelligent. But I said he was limited in his arm talent downfield. I think he can run this Patriots offense just fine. Yeah. I think he'll be just like Tom Brady, which was the biggest knock on Tom Brady. He never threw it really downfield. I think that's their design. And I think he
up the seam with the toast tight ends.
I think he fits it. I almost made this game my lock as well. I have the Patriots. I have it 24-10. I mean, that's not much else to say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Broncos, Giants. Giants are getting 3. They were getting 2. But now they're getting an extra point, which I don't think that matters.
No.
Their over-under went down, which I don't know why. I have this a lock, and there's a lot of moving pieces here. Because there's a lot of injuries, there's a lot of this and that, and then there's new Teddy Bridgewater, and there's new... Dude, people are not... They're looking into that too much. Face value, if both teams were healthy, which the Giants are missing a lot more pieces.
Yeah.
Right? But if both teams were healthy, the Broncos still win this game by a decent amount, more than 3.
Oh, yeah, more than 3.
This is definitely a lock. I think Javante's the guy. I'm not really worried about Gordon for DK metrics or fantasy. However, there is going to be a split. And we're not really going to know how good either one of these guys are going to be until the Broncos play the Giants and actually get a lead. If the Broncos are leading the Giants by a decent amount, and you see Melvin Gordon in there, that's a red flag for Javonte owners.
I doubt we see Melvin Gordon in there if that's happening.
That That's what I'm saying.
Because give the rookie work, let him work, do something.
Well, the whole preseason, he only got a couple carries, and then they said, and I quote, "We've seen enough from the rookie." And Gordon, old man Gordon, ran the ball 27 times more than that after that.
I mean, you look at the stats through preseason.
You're not protecting him?
It doesn't seem like he had a great, but if you look at him, he had a great preseason. I mean, he had basically a touchdown. He got called back, but he had a touchdown.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, Gordon is the guy you should be sparing in preseason. I think they were protecting the rookie from injury, and they just threw Gordon out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of this. I think Javante's going to be a feature back. I think Gordon's going to get some third down work, and I think he'll get some, but this game script, we're going to figure out how much of some he gets.
Yeah, I mean, this is a lock for me, too, so we both agree on this one. It's a super lock.
Barkley said he's going to play. If he does play, he might become a check down monster. He might get 10 catches in this game.
I mean, they don't have much to go to. Even with Galladay, who probably will play, he'll probably be more of a decoy, I think.
I think it's risky. But I also think he has potential. We've seen it. He has potential to break runs, break out, get touchdowns. He could get a bunch of passing work. Nobody wants to play this guy.
He's going to need to get the pass. I don't think he's going to be able to run.
It's a perfect, ideal person for the Millionaire Maker because it's relatively cheap compared to what he should be. He should be more expensive.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are going to play him. He has potential to have a big game. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. It's obviously risky, but that's how you win the Millionaire Maker. You pick people nobody else wants that has potentials to have big games.
I mean, he should have receiving work, but I don't think he's going to get it done on the ground. I think it's going to be more of a Tampa Bay and Cowboys game where Zeke was in that, except for they'll probably try to utilize him a little bit more than they did Zeke in that game, but that's kind of how I see it going. He's going to have to get that receiving work.
Everyone's worried about his hamstring, and I get it. Hamstrings linger.
Well, it's not necessarily his hamstring. It's just that defense for the Broncos. That line is vicious. It's going to be hard to run and get to the outside because they have linebackers who can get to the edge.
Bradley Chubb.
Von Miller.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and their corners are really good too. That's why I don't see Shepard doing
four
much.
of them. Yeah,
they have their Broncos defense is elite. It's up there. I think they're better than the Colts personally.
I mean, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, I like Sutton as like a safe guy if you're doing like a cash game.
I don't like Sutton that much this week.
I think it's almost guaranteed he's gonna get a touchdown.
You think so?
The guy's a monster.
The Giants only have one good cornerback, and that's Bradbury. He should be going up against Sutton most of the game.
He's not going to follow.
With all the other,
he's not going to follow.
He does follow. He followed last year. With all the weapons that the Broncos have, I don't think Teddy's going to try and force it to him. If he's open, yeah, he could get it, but I don't think he's going to force it to him when he has all the other options they can do.
I agree, but if you're on defense, you put your best corner on the guy that's the biggest threat.
And Sutton is the biggest threat.
No.
No?
He's the safest option. He's a big guy, good possession receiver, runs a good route. He's fast. But Judy's the threat. He could take a 2-yard pass 100 yards. Sutton can
do the same thing, really. I think Sutton is more of a threat than Judy. Judy's good, don't get me wrong.
The red zone?
I think Sutton's just better.
We'll
Maybe
see.
not route running, but he's better.
We'll see. I don't think he's going to follow one receiver in this game. I think he's
Maybe
going
not.
to play.
It's week 1. We still got a lot of things we got to figure out.
I think he's going to play weak side. And if it's split, maybe he plays who they think is the best receiver. But I have it 21-10. Broncos, I mean, twist my arm, 21-10, it's an under.
That's about what I have at 20-9.
Just because I think the Giants are going to be lethargic in this game.
I think they're going to score a touchdown, miss a field goal, and get a field goal.
I don't even know if the Giants can score a touchdown. I think they might get 3 field goals. I mean, yeah, okay, I have them at 10. Yeah. I just said 9. So that's about where I have. Yeah, but this is a lock. The Broncos are going to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Packers at Saints. Oh,
playing in Jacksonville.
This game has rattled my brain. And I would not bet this game.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm not touching it.
Saints are getting 3.5. And they gave them an extra half a point. And they did just lose their wide receiver.
Traquan?
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean a whole lot.
No, but I really like Troutman and DK now.
I liked Troutman before Traquan was
That's injured. What I mean. Now I really like him. I really thought about sitting down and just changing a lot of my lineups just to add this guy because I only have him in cheap. I only have him in like 2 of my lineups. And I'm like, oh, I need more exposure to Troutman.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest issue here is Callaway. Because Callaway was hot in DK before this. Now he might be the most owned wide receiver in DK. I don't know. I don't have. I'll go ask Pat Mayo. He's got all that numbers. But I think Troutman could have a pretty good game here. Over under's 90. That's a big game.
I'll take the under.
49.5, which is down, which I don't know why it went down, but it is what it is. I have it 28-20, so I have it at 48.
I have it 30-21.
I can see that. Over. I can see that. I mean, I technically have the under because I bet it 28-20. I could see it going over. I wouldn't bet this game at all. I really want to watch it. This potentially could just be a monster offensive game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. With
they both have decent defenses, but these defenses are not going to slow down.
Well, the Packers might be able to slow down the Saints. I mean, yeah, they have Kamara, but that is the only guy they have. They're basically relying on Winston to sling
I guess
it.
I was looking at it more toward a fantasy outlook because the Packers are going to play a safe defense once they go up. Because I have the Packers winning this game.
You think about it, this kind of feels like a trap game for Winston. Kind of like they're kind of throwing him out there to the Wolves. Because I don't expect him to do good at all. I mean, maybe he does something, but this is just looking ugly for him.
He should be good enough to go to the Packers and beat that defense. The Packers have a good defense, but it's not that good.
It's not that good, but they can stop everything that they have on that team.
I think the Saints' best option...
They're relying heavily on the coaching.
...is with Winston.
Yeah, that is their best option, but that's not enough.
No, but I don't see them starting the other quarterback as having a better chance to win this game.
Maybe not this week, but for next week.
Well, I don't think this game would determine him to get benched. I don't care how bad he plays.
It shouldn't. Especially with everything going on. They don't even have a home game.
I don't think the Saints are going to be good this year. I really don't. I think they'll be all right. I think the Packers are a better team. They're going to win this game. I can see some crazy shit happen in this game, though. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid to bet it.
I don't want to bet it.
And then the Bears-Rams. Now, what you said about Jameis is what I called with Dalton, and we're going to find out if I was right. Dalton's not good. I don't think the Bears like him. I don't think the fans like him. I think they literally know the Rams' secondary is among the best in the league. They got Aaron Donald. They're going to destroy whoever starts here. Do you want to start a rookie or some old guy we don't give a shit about? Yeah. Because what happens when the Bears lose the game to the Rams and everybody's sad? You say, week 2, we're going to start the rookie. There you go.
There you go.
Everything is all done now. Everybody's happy again. Everybody's like, there's promising future. And you get past a bad loss because this is going to be a bad loss.
That's how you make a quarterback change.
Dalton is put in this game to get shit on.
I mean, whether or not he's put in to get shit on, but he's going to get shit on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
They had 7 points. They're getting 9 now. It's up 2 points. Over-under went up 1.5 points to 46.5. I take the Rams, the under. This is my last lock. I would lock this game. This is the Bears preseason week 4 game. This is the Rams playing a game.
Yeah,
at home.
They're not ready.
Chicago's flying out to LA. The Bears are just going to use this like a I honestly think they're going to use this and lay down. I don't think the Bears have a good defense. They're this close to being a really good team.
Just need a quarterback.
They just need a quarterback. And I don't think their quarterback's ready to face the Rams.
No.
Not the rookie.
I don't think he'll be ready at the end of the year.
I think he'll be better suited to play the Rams
week
should 11
be better
than week 1.
But he's still not winning that game. I have a 24-10 Rams.